Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about something that has been creating a lot of curiosity and mystery: Shadows in the Attic. This is one of those works that pulls you in the moment you lay your eyes on it, and by the time you're halfway through, you realize you're completely invested in its world. I'll be taking you through everything you need to know: the exterior appeal, the interior feel, the way it performs as a story or experience, the kind of safety features it offers in terms of pacing and intensity, the unique selling points that make it different from anything else in the genre, the price, and finally my personal conclusion on whether it's worth your time and money. When you first look at Shadows in the Attic from the outside, you can already tell there's a mood at play. The cover design or the first visual impression you get from it is steeped in atmosphere. It's dark, almost foreboding, yet not so heavy that it becomes off-putting. Instead, it invites you to look closer. The exterior elements are deliberate. There's a careful balance between revealing enough to capture interest and hiding enough to make you curious. The muted tones, the subtle lighting, the delicate yet eerie detailing, all contribute to a first impression that immediately makes you think of old houses with secrets, dust-covered furniture, and the creak of wooden floors under your feet. It doesn't just set the tone for what's inside, it practically dares you to open it and step in. This is exactly the kind of exterior appeal that works well for mystery and suspense. It doesn't scream at you. It whispers. And sometimes a whisper is more powerful than a shout because it makes you lean in. Once you get inside, the interior continues the work the exterior started. The feel is tighter, more enclosed, and far more personal. The descriptions are just enough to give you a clear mental image without overloading you with unnecessary details. You'll find that the spaces feel lived in yet strangely abandoned, as if someone has only recently left, but their presence still lingers. The attic itself becomes more than a location, it's almost a character, with its hidden corners, shafts of dusty light, and the quiet sense that something is always just out of sight. The rooms described aren't sprawling or grand, instead, they're intimate, sometimes cramped, which builds a sense of closeness to the unfolding events. This short but impactful interior presentation keeps you in the right headspace for the story. You're not just observing it, you're in it. Performance-wise, Shadows in the Attic knows exactly how to play its cards. It doesn't rush. It understands that suspense is not built on speed, but on rhythm and timing. The pacing alternates between moments of slow, deliberate build-up and sudden bursts of tension that hit harder because of the quiet that came before. Every scene feels purposeful, with no filler or wasted moments. Dialogue, when it appears, feels real, nothing overacted or unnatural, which means you're never pulled out of the experience. The balance between description and action is handled well, giving you enough imagery to feel immersed without bogging you down. And as the story progresses, the emotional intensity increases in a way that feels organic. By the time you reach the peak moments, you realize that every earlier scene has been building towards this without you even noticing. That's the kind of performance you get here, one that respects your intelligence, keeps you engaged, and rewards your attention. When we talk about safety features in this context, we're not talking about seatbelts and airbags, but rather the way the story manages intensity so it's thrilling without being overwhelming. Shadows in the Attic offers a balanced emotional ride. There are moments where the suspense tightens around you like a vice, but then it loosens just enough for you to breathe again before pulling you back in. It avoids cheap shock tactics. There's no reliance on endless jump scares or over-the-top gore to get a reaction. Instead, it uses atmosphere, pacing, and subtle psychological touches to create a sense of unease. This makes it accessible to a wider audience, including those who might shy away from more extreme horror but still want to experience a good, unsettling mystery. It's intense enough to satisfy genre fans, but it never crosses into territory where it becomes exhausting or numbing. That kind of balance is a safety feature in its own right. It ensures that more people can enjoy it without feeling pushed too far. The unique selling points of Shadows in the Attic are what truly make it stand out in a crowded genre. First, the atmosphere is exceptional. There's a richness in the world building that makes every scene feel textured and real. You can almost smell the old wood and dust, hear the faint scurrying of something unseen in the rafters, feel the weight of the air in a room that hasn't been opened for years. This sensory detail is never overdone, it's used sparingly, making it more effective. Second, the mystery unfolds in a layered way. You're never handed all the answers at once, and even when you think you've figured something out, there's another turn waiting around the corner. Third, the attic setting itself is a masterstroke. Attics have always had an air of secrecy, they're places where we store things we don't want to deal with, and in this story, that concept is taken both literally and metaphorically. It taps into a universal curiosity: what's hidden away above our heads, and why was it put there in the first place? Combined, these elements create a product that isn't just another suspense story, it's an experience. As for the price, Shadows in the Attic comes in at around, insert actual price here depending on the format and region, which is surprisingly fair considering the quality of the experience. For the level of atmosphere, tension, and craftsmanship you get, it feels like money well spent. It's accessible enough that even if you're just curious about the genre and not yet a hardcore fan, you can pick it up without feeling like you're making a huge investment. If you are a fan of suspense, mystery, or atmospheric storytelling, you'll likely find that the value far exceeds the cost. In conclusion, Shadows in the Attic delivers a polished, engaging, and memorable experience from start to finish. Its exterior presentation draws you in without giving too much away, the interior keeps you immersed with tight, atmospheric details, and its performance ensures you stay hooked throughout. The way it manages tension means it can thrill without alienating more sensitive viewers, and its unique selling points, from the attic setting to the layered mystery, make it stand out in a saturated market. The pricing only sweetens the deal, making it accessible to a wide audience. If you're looking for something that combines atmosphere, suspense, and a touch of psychological intrigue, this is a strong recommendation. It's the kind of story or experience that lingers after you've finished, making you glance just a little longer at the shadows in your own attic. And that, to me, is the sign of something truly well done.